it's Gina.
Hello, my friend.
How are you, doll?
Look at that box. I love it.
What is it that you're looking at?
I am looking at I love gamification in the classroom, and it says good morning, and your face is on that little running guy. Or girl, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. It looks like a chicken to me. I'm trying to get my other computer started up. How are you doing?
I am actually feeling a lot more comfortable about coming back to school.
I've got somebody else waiting. I got to let them in.
Okay, we'll talk later.
Okay. But it's good to see you again.
Oh, of course. When I saw you, I'm like, yeah, I got to take this class. And actually, you know, they were talking about mentors, that you can have more than one. And as far as I'm concerned, you're already one of my mentors. I'm going to ask Beth if she can officially allow you to be one of my mentors.
That works.
Because you have just been incredible.
Aw, thanks.
You lit that fire for me.
I like lighting fires. Hello, sir. I don't know your name.
I'm Jeff Akins.
Jeff, it's nice to meet you. I'm going to have to write this down. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lee.
He's the coolest teacher ever.
Yes, coolest teacher ever.
Coolest. I like that.
I love it.
Which district are you working with or at?
I'm with Bermudian Springs. I started last year, so I was the 7th grade ELA.
Mm-hmm.
And they hired me with 4 days before the school year started, so I missed this induction. So they're having.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you came today because I wasn't doing this last year.
Oh, well, I'm assuming it's about making classes fun and interactive.
Yes.
Good.
So what time is this supposed to start?
9:50, but they let us out early.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to just be with you, so.
Because I had on my calendar 9:30. I'm like, okay, there's only 2 people. I'm fine doing this with only 2 people, but I didn't want to.
I think they changed the schedule to 9:50.
Bit of a break now and then.
Yes. So, Jeff, how long have you been teaching then in total?
This is it. This
okay.
last year.
So this is a second career for you?
Yeah. I guess I kind of did 2 different careers at the same time before this. One was basketball coach. So I coached a little bit in the NBA and I coached at Johns Hopkins University, and then did a lot of international basketball in like Hong Kong and Aruba and Germany.
Wow.
And at the same time, though, I was also involved with education reform on Capitol Hill. So I spent a couple of years working with senators and representatives on STEM education reform.
Mm-hmm.
And with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And before that, with that, you know, a total of 8 years I spent literally in hundreds and hundreds of high school classrooms throughout the country, working with administration on STEM education, those things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the high school classrooms for a long time, but this is my second year now of actually being a certified teacher.
There you go. Well, welcome. I'm a second career or 2, but I've been doing this now for 20 years.
Okay.
I did corporate America for the first 13, almost 14 years. My last company was a little company you might have heard of called Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, a little company, yeah.
Little company.
Yeah.
That's my attempt at dry humor.
Yeah, just a little company for sure.
Yeah, I was down there at their world headquarters down in Skillman, New Jersey.
Okay.
So yeah, when I change big because I change states and everything.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Being in, so do you live in Biglerville?
I live actually in Gettysburg.
Okay, I'm in New Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we moved here from Frederick a couple of years ago.
Okay, my brother lives in Newmarket.
Yeah, that's where we were at. Newmarket.
There you go. He lives right in Lake Ligonor. In the original Lake Ligonor, not the new builds around Lake Ligonor.
Yeah, we were in West Winds there, and then I have a lot of friends there in Lake Ligonor, there by the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Small world.
Mm-hmm.
Please teach me how to make that motion movement on the cereal box. Oh my gosh, I love that.
The coffee's going too.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it because of the. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Gina, I have so much to share with you this year.
Oh yes.
And you know I will.
Yes.
So we got about 5 more minutes, and then we'll get started here. Gina, are you at home doing this, or are you here?
I'm at home. Are you at school?
I am, because my my internet at home is not reliable enough to do something like this.
I was there yesterday.
Yeah, it's me and Tracy here today.
Oh. Yeah, she told me she was going to be there today. I'm going to be there on Thursday. Are you going to be there Thursday?
Nope, today and tomorrow.
Oh.
Because I got a planning committee meeting tomorrow. It just means we're going to have to do yet another Zoom meeting.
Absolutely. Once a week for the rest of my life.
That works.
I have made anywhere from 30 to 50 emoji classrooms now.
I know. I've been trolling.
And I have a whole bunch that I haven't shared because some of them have Pear Deck, and I don't know how to do Pear Deck, like share Pear Deck.
Well, guess what?
Yeah. Well,
I can help you with that.
Yay! I'm still learning Pear Deck, but so yeah, I definitely want a little instruction too. I figured it out to some degree, but I'm still like very new at it. I really love it.
Mm-hmm.
I truly love Pear Deck. I think it's going to be perfect for if we have to shut down.
Yes, between that and Wakelet, and then some of the other things that I've spent most of my summer working on.
What's the other one?
Wakelet. It's a place where you can. Cull is not the right word. Where you can cultivate, where you can bring all your resources into one spot, and you can share a Wakelet with your students. So instead of putting into like a Google Classroom 14 different attachments, you just put one Wakelet, and in that Wakelet there are all those attachments.
Oh yeah, I do need to learn about that.
That's just a real
Is that
high
the
level.
same as Padlet?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I don't know anything about Padlet either.
Guess who can help you with that?
Yeah.
So we've got about 2 minutes here. Good morning, Mr. Albin.
How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I love your background. You just need a fan in front of your face to blow your hair to match the palm tree.
There, does that work?
There we go.
I'll fake it. Fake it till I can make it. And I cannot believe we're, 2 weeks away?
I know.
I don't
It's
know.
unbelievable.
Don't know where this summer has gone.
I just hope we can open.
Yes. But I guess as long as we do not follow that school down in Georgia, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it's 9:50. I've got a number of different slides here that I've pulled together. I've spent about a month pulling together all sorts of resources to share with you, and a lot of the links are in this presentation, which I will make available at the end of the session today. So this is gamification in the classroom, and let's see if this will work. So learning, when we were 5, learning was a lot of fun. You know, we loved to learn how to tie our shoe and how to write our name and use crayons and stay within the lines and all of that. And that's sort of what goes into gamification. That's one of the elements. So if you would open up a second tab. All right, so if you would go to, on a separate tab, if you would go to joinpd.com and put in UDTUY, or underwhelmed drums turn underwhelmed yards.
I thought it said underwhelmed drunk. That's why I laughed.
Nope, not that. So I'm going to open up my chat here. I'm just going to do...
So I typed in my answer. Does it automatically show up, or do I need to hit enter, or what does it do?
Well, hang on a second, because I think I'm on slide 5. So how could you bring game elements into your class? So is fun part of gamification? I think this is one of the last ones. So this is either going to be a yes or a no kind of an answer. Is fun part of gamification? All right, I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and just lost my button. Come on. Absolutely. Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is part of it. Awesome. So some of the gamification elements are in the blue. So we've got achievement. Under achievement, there are oftentimes progress bars that show you just how far you've made it. You get awarded badges. You could have the high score on a leaderboard. As far as competition, there's usually somebody that you're competing against, and then there's some pride when you are actually doing better than the opponent. And under fun, usually the online games start out with an easy task, and then they get more challenging as you go along. And that's something that if you decide to gamify your classes, to keep in mind. Students need to be able to have an easy win before things can start to get really challenging. Some of the gamification benefits are that it's empowering, it encourages risk-taking, there's community building, it's fun, there's some team building, it's thought-provoking, it's inclusive, it's engaging, it's challenging, and it gives students choice. Do you want to take the left door, or do you want to take the right door in going through the castle, or whatever the game is that you're doing? So some of the mechanics for gamification. You get experience points based on some of the tasks that you complete. There's choice, like I said. You can go on different quests. There's leveling up, some goal setting. There's context or story typically that goes along with the game. There's competition, rewards, badges to earn. Again, there's low risk of failure. There's typically immediate feedback. You got it or you didn't get it. You won or you didn't. There's visible progress. There's scaffolding. And there's recognition for what you've been able to achieve. So games are engaging. Players are motivated. Besides the game itself, though, what do we learn from it? So this family is playing Monopoly. So I think this is the last video. So I looked at Monopoly and wanted to see what kind of gamification elements are in it. So as you can see, Monopoly provides for choice, goal setting, and competition. Personalization, you get to choose your character. Rewards. Provides for visible progress. You can see where you are on the board game and how far you still have to go. There's some scaffolding within Monopoly. competition, again, some more visual progress. Low risk of failure. You may end up in jail, but it's not the end of the world because Monopoly provides you with yet more choices. There are 4 different ways that you can get out of jail. We always like to give the kids voice and choice. And instead of badges, Monopoly gives you property cards. Leveling up in Monopoly is done by the way of houses or hotels. So there's a whole bunch of different gaming elements just within that little simple game that came out 40 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever it was. So on a new tab, because it's got a different code, or you can use the other Menti tab. But if you would join me again in Menti.com, the code this time is 734601. So that's in the chat. And this one is name as many gamification mechanics as you can. So see how many you can get.
What was the code again, real quick?
734601. Menti.com.
The link took me to mentigame.com. Was a different link, so.
Are you in now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So just real quick, 10 different mechanics. What can you remember? This is a good way with your students to, after you've taught them some stuff, to do a quick check and get it reinforced in their brains. All right, I'm going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see what everybody said. So I've got team building, fun, risk-taking, competition, pride, leveling up, visual progress, fun, fun, fun. Low risk of failure, prizes, good. Oh, you guys were paying attention. All right. I'm going to move on here. Come on. There we go. All right. So let's look at how do we incorporate gamification into the classroom. So there's some physical games that we can incorporate. Hot potato, did that in elementary school. Breakout EDU has been big for a number of years. Splat and QR break-ins. Is anybody not familiar with Splat?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
So Splat, I learned about this last year in my grad course. Basically, it's a game that actually has like fly swatters that say Splat on it, or you can buy some new fly swatters. And you put some terms up like on a whiteboard or somewhere in your room, and you've got 2 teams, and you get a member from each of the teams. And you give, say, the definition, and the person has to splat their fly swatter on the correct term before the other team gets it. So it kind of gets them up, gets them moving, gets them thinking. Maybe they work with their team members, and then they run up to the front of the board. So it's kind of an interesting way to get them up and moving and reviewing at the same time. QR break-ins are relatively new. I just started hearing about them this spring. You may have heard of them. You may not have. I've got some examples for you. But these are just 4 physical games that you can incorporate into your classroom for review or for learning right off the bat. So some of the online tools that we have available to us are Plickers, Poll Everywhere, Menti.me, which we've been using, Nearpod, Spiral, Wizard.me. Wizard.me is kind of cool. It's an online worksheet where the kids actually click and drag to connect things or move things around, like draggable worksheets. Flip Quiz, Trivinity, ThingLink, Formative, Google Forms, Quizalize, Symbaloo, which provides learning paths for students, GimKit, Quizzes, Quizlet, Socrative, Kahoot. These are all kind of GimKit, and the last four are all kind of these review or like a blind way to introduce vocabulary. So again, with Kahoot, you can do either a game review or you could do a blind Kahoot. I like doing blind Kahoots. I tell the kids I expect them to know nothing, and if they get 1 point, they've exceeded my expectations. So like I said, I will make this slideshow available to you guys when this is all done, so you'll have a list of them. So how could you gamify your classes? Well, you could introduce some sort of a badging system. You could introduce guilds. Michael Matera is huge into dividing his middle school kids into guilds that all compete against each other by doing projects and little competitions within the classroom. You can do menu choice boards, Genius Hour, project-based learning, motivation charts, which I did with one of the teachers here at my school, online reviews, again with Kahoot, Socrative, or Quizzes. You can have the kids do a skit, a storyboard, write a script, play Post-it, which is sort of like an ed puzzle. You could do self-grading practice, in this case through like Google Quizzes. Google Docs, you could use suggestion mode and have the students provide feedback to each other. Teacher-student check-ins, flipped learning, Minecraft, website creation. Kids could make infographics to prove that they know things, public service announcements, and online simulations. So when you start, if you decide to do gamification, when you start small. Choose one lesson or one unit, and just start with that and see how it goes. So just start small. Choose one of the elements. Maybe do experience points. You could do it either for the entire class or just individuals earning it. I have varied point values depending upon which quests some of my help desk students do. So they can level up faster if they do the higher experience points quests than some of the others. Always provide kids with choice. So mom may have said eat your vegetables, but she didn't say which one you had to choose. So you could have a red pepper, a green pepper, or maybe you like broccoli. Or you could give the kids this kind of a choice and say, from page 42, you could either choose choice A, which is on 107, and do the odd numbers 1 through 21, or 42C, where they create a screencast explaining each step of the process, or maybe they make a model of the process in Minecraft. I don't know. Some of these kids are just brilliant with computers. So some examples of gamified classrooms. So this is what one of my classes, my help desk kids, do this. I've got over, I think I'm up to like 85 different quests that the kids can choose from. There are 4 modes. So the RM is required methods. The M in this column here, the type column. M is methods, B is badge, and T is tech. And so there's a certain number of each one of those 4 that they have to do. But they get to pick and choose which ones they want, as long as they have to do all the requireds, obviously, but maybe they only have to do 3 badges, and maybe there are 25 different badge quests that they can choose from. On here, I tell them what the level is, what a brief description is. So for the quest number 0, the description is to become a help desk representative. To do that, they just have to take the course. For that, they earn 5 experience points. And then you can see over at the far right, there are different experience points. So quest number 5, if you do that, you get 20 experience points. In conjunction with this, I also have badges that the kids earn. So this is an example of a badge that I made just in Google Draw. This is my leaderboard that I've used with the kids. So I've got the list of all the different quests that are available. The red ones on this sheet are the ones that are required, where I've got cells that are green. Those are the ones that the students told me they thought they would want to do for this coming marking period. And then the X's are showing which ones were completed. So to have a leaderboard, It is only posted within our Google Classroom, so it's not like it's hanging up here on the wall for all my kids to see. Not everybody checks it, so it's kind of a low level. You know, if you're not doing great, it's low level, but most people don't look to see how other people necessarily are doing. A couple years back, I had made for the staff a Canner Camp. It was a summer professional development kind of a program, and this was one of the badges that I had put together for that on learning the SAMR model. This was some of the tracking that went along with that summer camp, so you can see some of the different quests and some of the different badges and the descriptions that went along with them. There's a culinary teacher, Tisha Richmond, who is out in Washington State, who is a culinary teacher, and she has gamified culinary. So over on the left-hand side of your screen, she's got some badges for the master chef. In the middle, there are some team badges, and on the right, there are different things that the kids can earn based on what they do. So one of them is exit early. So if they earn so many points, they get to leave class a minute or so early. Just below that is they get a free trip to the coffee bar, something that might motivate the students. Another way you could do it is set it up where the kids have to earn a black belt, but in order to do that, they have to get all the different badges for the white belt, all the different badges for the yellow, the red belt before completing the black belt. So it's just a way to keep track. This is a list of, and it's always changing, but this is a list of tools, tech tools that could be used to gamify your class as well as help to flip your classes as we might be moving forward, or just to use in your everyday, even when we're face-to-face. So gamification, think it could be done in your subject? If not, it's time to change how you think. So I've shown you, I do this with my tech team, my student help desk students. Tisha does it with her culinary kids. So again, this is Tisha's, she's a culinary teacher. I've shown you these badges. Beyond that, this is her unit plan and how she sets it up, and the kids get these at the beginning of the unit, and they can pick and choose different things. They've got their vocabulary with links and which boss levels in the middle, which cake boss levels they want to do, whether it's apprentice, be the baker, or be the cake boss. She has a master chef sheet that the kids can work through, and she does bakery missions, give them an opportunity to personalize their learning in some amazing ways, and she's got the missions and the points over on the left-hand side of the screen. So you can earn 1,000 experience points if you do such and such, and then there's even a bonus. What I think is really cool that she does as the culinary teacher is she brings in other teachers, staff from the school, as well as local chefs to judge the students' bake-offs. So, potential jobs with the chefs, they can give some professional feedback as to what they're doing, and the staff gets to nibble on the goodies. So that's a culinary teacher. This is not a web quest, this is a scavenger hunt that was done through Google Slides. And this is based on, this might be something that I do for my staff to get them to really understand some of the ins and the outs of the Google Suite. So you can see on the left-hand side there are different tasks that might have to be completed. The break-in, like I said, this is relatively new, but it's the reverse of an escape room, and it's for introducing units. Versus breakouts are kind of take what you've learned all along in this unit and show me that you know it. This is to introduce units. So this is one that was based on Candyland, and on the left-hand side you can see that there are certain tools that the teacher wants the students to use, and then there are different tasks down near the bottom on the left-hand side. There's a game board. And just like in Candyland, you pull a card and it either has one or two colors on it. So if I'm here and I pull one green, I go here. If I pull another green, I would jump over to here, and then I would have to do this green gumdrop task. There's a way to keep track of the progress of all the teams, and there's even a clock on here because the class periods are only so long. And this is what one of the task cards would look like. So for this one, John was using YouTube. And so the kids were supposed to watch a video. They were supposed to come up with 5 different things that they learned from this video and then call the narrator, the teacher, over to prove what they've learned. And if it passed muster, they got to move on. If they did kind of a lackluster job, they got sent to the penalty box where they'd have to do another 2 minutes worth of timeout. And while they're doing that, they're watching all the other teams moving forward in the game. There's one that he did based on the game Clue. So again, there's a game board, there's each of the rooms, and you can track how the teams are doing over on the right-hand side. And again, there is the clock. There are some success slides here at the end. It's got some special dice at the bottom, and at the very bottom there's a web to keep track of what people are doing and how the teams are doing. He's even got one for Les Mis. So even the French teacher here would be able to utilize this. So this is John Meehan. He's the one that started the break-in movement. So you can check him out at adrenalinerush.com if you want to look him up, and he's got this book through Dave Burgess Publishing. Found another teacher who has made a Monopoly board for her staff to learn different technology. So over on the right, they're apparently on Canvas. So she's got a little task here on what to do with Canvas. Gina, here's Padlet. You can literally click on here and see what they've done with Padlet. But she's got different places on here and some directions over on the left-hand side. And then you can see at the bottom on the left are different, based on the properties, there are different tasks to be completed. There's one here. Amanda Sandoval is down near LA. She's done a game board. This is just in Google Slides. She made a table and took off some of the cell lines. And she made this little game board, and these are all links to different videos on how to do, or some templates and some add-ons and things like that. I made this one in ThingLink. ThingLink is a thing where you have this base picture on the left-hand side, and when you mouse over the picture, you get the little characters. And what I love about ThingLink is it gives you pop-ups, so explanations or videos play right within that graphic. It doesn't take you to a whole different website. And for the English teachers, the LA teachers, this is the writing process, and each one of these is actually a link. So this goes to a video, and this goes to a Google Doc that explains some of the things that they can explore and narrowing their choices. And these are all live links that he has shared. And in the notes for this slide, I've even got a link that went to his original blog when he first blogged about this and put it out there. Amanda, yeah.
I'm sorry, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Since I interrupted. Do you know where we can find these examples that you're showing us?
These are all live linked in the spread in the presentation.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Nope, you're good. So Amanda has also taken her syllabus and she has gamified that a bit. So there are links and takes you right to websites or to other documents or whatever it is that she has going on in her websites. This was a quick game board that this teacher put together for elementary, and she just put a bunch of circles that the kids have to move along. She's got if they get it wrong, they get the try again. If they do it right, they get an awesome. If they win, they get the win. And then starting at the very bottom on the left are the task cards. And again, this is going to be linked all within the presentation. Second to last is Flippity. If you don't know this, this is a really cool website. It's just flippity.net. And from here, you can do a scavenger hunt. It's literally 3 locks. It's not even really programming. You just have to put in a code or an answer for the kids that they have to answer right in order to unlock that lock. You could actually make a game board within Flippity. It's based on Google Sheets. And another one for the gamification of it all is bingo, a live bingo board. So these are kind of cool. Down in the right-hand corner, it says Flippity Fun with Words, so you can make your whatever letters look like alphabet blocks or Scrabble squares or what have you. And then just about 3 weeks ago, I discovered deck toys. This is, I call it Lego programming. This is one that I went through. This is a math deck toy to learn the area. And literally you start in the middle, and the first one I went to at the very top is the formula match. I had to, along the side on the left, it says review area parallelograms, trapezoids. I learned how to do area of kites. I learned more about math doing this little deck toy than I remembered from elementary school. They've actually got, and these are all templates that again are shared. The links are shared. These teachers just do these and then they share them with people. This is a Monopoly board. And what's really cool about these things is, like this one is a perfect one to show. So you can see that there are 5 different clouds, and under each cloud is a column of tasks. But you can't do the tasks until the cloud disappears. Can't be a cloudy day when you're working on this stuff. And so as the teacher, you can program these to become available on a specific date at a specific time. And there's a little write-up here, but this is a little video that's going to show you. So it's Monday, the teacher makes it available, the kids can do whatever is underneath each one of those columns. And this was just done as a demonstration, so you're not seeing each of the tasks. But they're not that difficult to set up, and it kind of will bring in an element that most kids haven't seen before. And then I've got, if you're still curious about gamification, these are some just video links. I went 3 minutes over.
No, lots of good stuff to go through, that's for sure.
Well, good. I'm glad you have found it helpful here. So as I was saying, I'm just going to show you that down here under some of these, so like here's Michelle Mook's, the link to her template for this Monopoly is down in the speaker notes.
So do we send you our email address?
Nope.
Or how do we get
Nope.
that?
I'm gonna put this in the chat here. Just give me 2 seconds. It should be view all, but I will double check that before I close out of it. So there's the link to my presentation if you want to click on it and open it just to have as a resource. And you can always email me if you have any questions or are looking for something and aren't real sure where you might find it. There's my email as well.
Lee, my little computer thing is kind of stuck, so I can't really link on the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have a pair on mine. I'm not seeing your screen or anything. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, all right. Hang on a second. I'll put it on the first slide. Let's see if I can do this. If you send me your email, if you put in the chat your email, I will email the presentation to you.
Trying to figure out how to do that actually, because my computer's stuck. It's just on app.pear.com, and there's just a pair on there. I don't see your screen, or I don't see a chat or anything.
So, of all the, do you have multiple tabs open at the top of your screen?
Yeah, but only the only one that. Let's see. Yeah, I just have the app.peardeck.com/student is the one that I have open.
Oh, so are you not in the Zoom anymore?
Well, I am on my iPad. Like, let's see here.
There, I've just changed the sharing on this to everybody has access to it.
There we go. There we go. I think I did it.
So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, l.smith@upperadams.org. I'm more than happy to help
so
you guys.
I have a link to the Google Slides that says View Only. If we view those, will we be able to click on those links?
Well, you should be able to go up to make a copy, file make a copy.
Okay.
Are you able to do that?
Let's see here. You don't have this. I'm on my iPad. I'm clicking on the three dots up there, and share and export. It doesn't say anything about make a copy. Oh, send a copy. Saving as PowerPoint.
You said you're on an iPad.
Yeah.
If you hit those three dots underneath send a copy, I don't know if you're scrolled down the whole way, the very last option should be make a copy.
Okay. So, I'm giving it as a PowerPoint. I'll hit cancel on that. So go here. Yeah, no, I've scrolled all the way down. Speaker notes, details, share and export. I'll make a copy. There it is. Making a copy. How about this?
Awesome.
See, I'm a technical genius here.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Thanks, guys.
Lee, I just had one question.
Sure.
Lee said that you used to be a high school business teacher.
I still am, yep.
Okay, and how do your high school students, I am teaching business education at New Oxford High School.
Mm-hmm.
Do your kids just absolutely love this, or do they feel that some of it is lame?
So it depends which class, because I do business English, business management, marketing, personal finance. So it depends what the class is. The kids love doing GimKit, whether it's as a review, whether it's just to reinforce, or if it's a blind, before they actually know the terms. So I do a lot of GimKit. I do a lot of Kahoot. I do Socrative with them. They even have done some tests through Socrative. I've really gamified my help desk kids, and I'm just adding in new things for the rest of the business classes. One of the things I'm trying to do for personal finance, it won't be ready for the fall, but maybe for the spring, is to have an entire course within a Google Sheet, and each unit is a tab at the bottom that leads up to an overview on the front. And so I'm thinking that the toy deck there at the very end, that I'll be adding some of those things in.
I would love to work with you. I'm teaching primarily personal finance.
Mm-hmm.
In the spring, doing personal finance, and they are adding a course called Small Business Enterprises. So I would love to kind of collaborate with you if you have.
Yeah, no, I would love to. In the spring, I'm going to be teaching a course over at Harrisburg University, business management through them. So it'll be interesting to see what they also bring into the business curriculum and how they do it. But yeah, I'd love to collaborate.
Okay, wonderful.
You're at
I put my in the chat room, so you can reach out to me whenever it's convenient.
Okay, great. You're at New Oxford, Crystal?
Yes.
So you know Emily.
I do. She's fantastic.
She was in elementary school with my daughter, but she and I went through our tech ed master's degree together. So yeah, I love her.
Oh.
Tell her I said hi.
I will.
Super.
All right. Well, thank you
All right.
for everything.
You're
I guess
welcome.
we are done here.
Yep. Yes, we
Okay.
are.
Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Jeff, did you have any other questions, or are you?
I'm good. Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't want to close out on you if you were waiting for Crystal and myself to get done talking.
There's a ton of stuff in here. What I did last year was I because of my basketball background, I divided my classroom in 4 tables or 4 sets of 6 desks, and each one was a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Sixers or the Jazz or Blazers or whatever. And then
Right.
we had the scoreboard on the whiteboard up there for each team and each class period, and we had a basketball hoop in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Free throws and 3-point shots for extra credit.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, things like that. And they would shoot for candy, and based on, and then the winning team was the team who had the overall highest percentage at the end of the marking period.
Okay.
And they got to, at the beginning of the marking period, they chose what they were playing for. They were either playing for, and they got to shoot. I brought in a Belgian waffle maker.
Ooh.
Had ice cream sundaes, you know, those types of things. And so the whole marking period, they were working as a team to you know, get the highest percentage. So, and each
great.
week the individuals got to at least, you know, shoot for candy and stuff like that if they got their work done.
There you go. I have a template to make scratch off like a lottery. If the kids get so many whatevers, they get to blindly choose a card out of it's my pumpkin head, and they get to scratch off, and it might say, you know, leave class 2 minutes early, or choose one answer or one question from a test to just, it no longer counts, like they don't have to answer it.
Oh yeah.
So
no, that's really what I'm trying to do. You know, here in Bermudian Springs, we work in Canvas,
mm-hmm.
and still learning that, but they've been promoting like Nearpod and these things. Last year, I took everything and I used no red ink, and I also put everything into quizzes and Kahoots and all that stuff. But I'm really trying to format my class into a choose your own adventure, like you're talking about here, and you know, give them so many things, and they can choose what they want to do within that week and that unit, etc. So there's just so much. I'm trying to, you know, break it down.
Yep.
But I want to do this. I want everything that we do to be interactive. You know, taking vocabulary, taking grammar, all those boring things,
mm-hmm.
and something that they can, you know, at least hopefully enjoy doing, or, you know. So that's really been my focus this summer, is trying to make everything interactive. So,
mm-hmm.
anyway, lots of stuff to go with.
Look into those break-ins, because that's a great way to like introduce vocabulary, to introduce new topics. And it's something that, I mean, it's basically a board game that you project the leaderboard up on the board, and you could have like magnets that are of whatever the shape is, like the clue could be the candlestick, and they get to move their candlestick across as they complete each one. Something like that. Just, I don't know, it's just something to think about, because the kids are going to start to get real tired of Kahoots and Gimkits and quizzes, because everybody's starting to do them.
Well, that's true. And last year, I mean, we were reading And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I actually had the kids bring in Clue game boards and things. So the Clue game board interactive thing here will be perfect as well. So, so thanks for all your help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Sure. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.